This is the gospel according to the IRS, Breaking Points, and Church Financial Updates. And now, here's the authority, Dr. Michael Chitwood and Breaking Points.
Hey, this is Michael Chitwood. Welcome to Breaking Points. We're going to continue our lesson today because, man, I have never seen so many tax changes in all of my life for churches. And I don't know if you're like me, but I have to have a massive staff of people to keep up with all of these things. The rules and regulations are changing daily. It seems like you can go to bed legal and wake up illegal. So with that, we're going to be discussing something today in Breaking Points that's very important for you to make sure that your pastor is participating in. First of all, I want you to take pad and pen right now, and I want you to write down something called a 4361. That is an IRS form, 4361. And the name of that form is called Application for Tax-Exempt Status from Self-Employment Tax. Now that means, the other day in our session, that as we were discussing these things, we were talking about the words FICA tax, SECA tax, and self-employment tax, all of those meaning Social Security. Another word is self-employment tax, which means Social Security. Now, every ordained, licensed, commissioned minister of the gospel has the right and the determination upon themselves to determine if they want to waive out or exclude themselves from participating in the Social Security system. Now, it's important for you to make sure that only those people that are ordained, licensed, and commissioned, and as an exhorter of the gospel, been fully ordained by someone that has the bylaws in place, the 14 ecclesiastical points that make requirements, ordained, licensed, commissioned body, if that person has been ordained by that group, then they qualify to make this election. Now, personally, I think that you need to consider that. But I would advise you today to consult your own tax consultant, advisor, about opting out or waiving out of the Social Security system. First of all, second point I want you to write down is that Social Security is at the rate of 15.3%. I might tell you this, that is in all calculations, most people will never draw out of Social Security what you put into it on all of the years, because a minister of the gospel, point 3, has to pay self-employment tax on 3 things now. Number 1 is their wages or their salary that they receive from the church or from their nonprofit 501c3 tax-exempt organization. Number 2, they must pay self-employment tax, and another word is Social Security, on their housing allowance that they receive from their church or their nonprofit tax-exempt organization. And the last thing now is if you have any excess reimbursements, if the church reimbursed you in excess of what you spent on automobile or travel, meals, and lodging, then you must pay Social Security tax on those items. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that comes to 15.3%. Only you and you alone can decide if you want to participate in that program or if you want to elect out of that program. I can tell you now that the belief of most ordained, licensed, commissioned ministers of the gospel is that they do not want to participate in that program. Now, you cannot be an economic objector to the program. You must be a conscientious objector to the program. And if you are, then you qualify to make the election to opt out of Social Security. Now, the next point. It's important for you to realize that on Schedule SE, which stands for Self-Employment Tax, you have to list all of your income on line number 2. That's never changed. Don't think it will. Just list your income there. Now, the biggest problem that you have is most CPAs and most attorneys do not understand churches and nonprofit law and nonprofit accounting. That's the reason why that you're here today with me, and that's the reason why that you're taking these breaking point notes, because you must make a choice and a decision today. Are you a decision maker? Either you're going to stay in the Social Security system or you're going to elect out of it. What allows you to elect out is that you're performing all the 9 sacerdotal duties and that you've been properly credentialed and ordained, licensed, or commissioned by some organization as a 501c3. Now, if you've done that, then you can make that decision to elect out of Social Security, and you will not pay any of the 15.3% Social Security. You will not pay it on your housing allowance. You will not pay it on your salary or your wages, and you will not pay it on any excess reimbursements. You have that choice to make. make sure that you get good advice on that. Even the Bible says there's safety in the multitude of counsel. Until next time, this is Michael Chitwood. I'll see you tomorrow with Breaking Points.
Breaking Points gives you the latest IRS updates and tax law. Pastor, if the IRS came to your church today, what would you say? If you really want your house of worship in order, call 1-800-345-9117.